Yeah. What's up? Got that drink in my cup. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? It's your boy, come on. Of course, you got the big homie Detroit, man, the man with the grandmaster plan for the IOW network.
What up, though?
The big homie Nick Shine, he is getting he got to take a drug test. Well, he say it's a drug test, but I think it's more like a pregnancy test. So we'll see what's up with that.
Taking a drug test for OnlyFans.
Yeah, he got to see if he's eligible to be OnlyFans certified. So he got to take a pregnancy test. Can't be pregnant doing OnlyFans, but no,
there's a market for
that. Hey man, UGK got a whole song about pregnant pussy. Anyway. No. As always, man, y'all going over to YouTube, IOW Sports Network. That is our address to go ahead and give us a like, share, follow. Please subscribe to the page on IOW Sports Network on YouTube, and please. Most importantly, spread the word. Let people know what we got going on here, especially all your peoples, all your homies that love, and especially the homies that y'all debate sports with, y'all talk sports with. You go to the barbershop, let them know what we got going on. So spread the word, please spread the word.
Man, can I say something right quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I give a shout out to Bills Mafia. We put out a video out there about the Buffalo Bills, and they have been spamming the page, bro.
I love it.
They have been spamming the page, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, you know what? Say what you want about certain fans, but Bills Mafia always show out for their Bills, man.
They do.
When I went to that game last year, the 13-second game that everybody remembers with Chiefs and Bills, Bills Mafia was out in Kansas City, bro. They was deep, and they showed up for their squad.
Right.
Unfortunately, it was a losing effort for them. I mean, of course, I was happy, but they show up for their squad, man. Say what you want about certain fan bases. That's one fan base that is loyal as hell, and they will go through high water, hail, sleet, snow. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no water wide enough. Keep me from you. Boy, they love their Bills. So
ain't no ass big enough.
Hey, for real. Shout out to Bills Mafia.
Shout out to Bills Mafia.
Yeah. But yeah, Bills Mafia, we appreciate the love and support, man. Hey, y'all keep showing us love. Hey, y'all can catch us on Instagram as well. IOW Sports Network is the address. When you got time, when you're not looking at your little Instagram models and stuff, just going on and slide over at IOW Sports Network. We got a lot of teasers and clips of our shows that are on our YouTube page, but still, like, share, follow over there. Same thing with our Twitter. IOW Sports 1 is the address over there. Trigger finger, turn to Twitter finger. So when you got time away from your Twitter beats, please slide over to IOW Sports 1. Give us a like, share, and follow on Twitter. And most importantly, IOW Sports Network is the address for our Facebook page. And that is the page for y'all. And
Right,
I'm
right.
looking at y'all, talking to y'all, our listeners and viewers, because that is the place where, hey, you got a sports take and you got to get some shit off your chest. That's the place to go do it. You got a
Right, right.
sports meme that is funny. That's a place to drop that sports meme. And we definitely emphasize big time on the word network. So if you got a sports podcast, regular podcast, and even a small business, this is the place, this is the form that you are allowed to publicize yourself, let people know that you have content on either podcast form or, hey, drop a link to your website to your small business.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
Say it with your chest. That's what that's for. And most importantly, pinned at the top of that Facebook page, you will see my very devil handsome self in some J. Edwin collection gear. And J. Edwin and J. Edwin collection. J. Edwin collection is, of course, Detroit Males t-shirt line. So yes, it does provide all the merch for IOW Sports. And the only thing that you can't get there is this little thing. And I don't know how we found a miracle enough to find a snapback that fits Detroit Males head, but it was possible. I don't know how, but
with God, everything is possible.
The only way you can get this official IOW Sports snapback, see that Cash App floating right there. There it is. Catch it. Boom, Cash App. IOW Sports Network. Yeah, IOW Sports Network. Send $30 to that Cash App. Give us a physical address, and in return, you will get the official IOW Sports snapback. Very exclusive. That's the only way you can get that. All right. Let's jump in the comments. Who we got with us in the building? Of course, we got the homie MJ. He's in the building. He's already talked shit about big
What
homie
up?
Nick.
What up, Matt?
With that anal bleaching. So we'll see what's up. Of course, we got the big homie Anthony Price.
What up,
Ant? Nice shirt. Did you come from a cookout? Yeah, he do got the old cookout picnic table t-shirt on. Like he's standing in the kiddie pool because it's hot while he by the grill. So he definitely looked like an uncle in them on the grill and shit. So yeah. Man, turn them Franks over. Turn them Franks over. I do need to get in touch with Nick because I do believe we still have a guest with us today at 5:00 as we do our the rest of our NFC North preview. I know that we have the Vikings and the Packers left. As far as I know, we still have Chris Gucci from Chop Sports still lined up. If not, we'll readjust and we'll make do at 5:00. So, anyways, let's jump into some very important things that we definitely need to discuss sports wise. You look at the Dolphins situation, big homie. They get fined. Well, Stephen Ross does $1.5 million. I kind of talked about it last night on the show. That $1.5 million. What's $1.5 million to a billionaire?
It's like finding me $5.
Yeah. $1.5 million to a billionaire is just gas money to his yacht. So that ain't shit. But they lose a first round pick next year, and I think it's the third round in 2024.
You know what? Go ahead. Let you finish though.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say on that point what they should do with those picks. They should put them in a lottery and let somebody get them. They shouldn't just be like gone, caution to the wind. They should put them in some kind of lottery and let the lowest team win them or whoever just pick them out of a hat and whoever gets it get it.
Get it. Just as long as the Dolphins can't get it. Yeah.
Well, they won't be in the pick anyway, so it don't matter. Yeah. See, that's what I would do. I put it in a lottery
and just roll it.
Roll it, let somebody get it.
Boy, imagine a Super Bowl winning team getting another first round pick if they were so lucky to get.
And then if it happens, you blame it on the Dolphins.
Hey, here's one point that I think most people aren't really looking at it. The fact that they lose these draft picks, and this is one of the takes that I had last night. You look at Tua, right? Not a lot of faith in him year one. Not a lot of
right. You're right.
I guess it was some faith in him last year, maybe not so much. But you go ahead and you get him. You go ahead and give him the weapons. You bring in Tyreek Hill, bring in Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds. Still got Mike Gesicki. Still got Jalen
Right, I
Waddle.
agree, Matt.
You know, you still you know, you bring in some referees, some weapons, and you give him a left tackle.
Right.
And so, you know, I think we've all been on the understanding that this is a make it or break year for Tua.
Right.
But here's one thing that I think puts another added layer of pressure on Tua to succeed this year. So now you go get him no weapons. Now there's no more excuses, right? You had the first round pick and you had some draft capital. That's going to be in a very, very, very loaded draft class of quarterbacks next year.
Right.
And you had, so if Tua didn't work out this year, you possibly could have used that draft capital, go into the first round and go get you a quarterback. Now you ain't got that first round pick no more.
But question, does that exclude them from moving up too?
I don't know if it necessarily excludes them.
Because they can work a backhanded deal.
You can always
move up, and then it's like, what's the point?
Oh, you can always work a backhanded deal, but at the end of the day, if you ain't got a first round pick to swap with, then what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Right. And most teams ain't even gonna listen if you ain't even got, you know, a first round pick to even make the trade to move up in the first round.
But here's some. I'm gonna say this first of all to Anthony though. Would you rather have what you got or Tua? Just saying. But I will say this to you though, Lamar, to what you just said.
Yeah.
If you're a team like the Jets, Detroit, teams that already got first round picks and multiple first round picks, and they offer you 2 second round picks, that's still beneficial for you.
What for those teams?
Yeah. So say for instance, okay, Miami say, well, hey, we'll trade one of your first round picks to and give you 2 second round picks. I'll take that. Because I'm still gonna get a first round and 2 second round plus my second round I already have. So that's 3 picks in the second round. And depending on how the draft goes, look how this year's draft went. There was a lot of people left in the second and third round.
Yeah. A lot of
so depending on how the draft go, man, you still can build your team. You're gonna get a first round pick regardless if you Detroit Jets, because you got 2 of them. So I'm saying. So then on top of that, you'll get 3 or possibly 4 second round picks.
Second round.
I'll take that. So teams like that will benefit from it.
Hey, you do raise a good point, because I mean, if you're loaded in the second round, you're still going to be picking from a nice pool of
still be picking. That's what I'm saying. That's why they should ban them from being able to move up too. I don't know all the details, but I know that's something I would be doing.
But I mean, it's. I'm just saying with Miami, you know, I'm not. And what you're saying still could be a possible scenario that can happen. It can. I'm just saying when you don't have a first round to even have the conversation to move up and swap with, that's got taken out. You know, it's not a lot of teams that's going to sit there and be like, I don't know, Playboy, like you really ain't got no first round pick to really bargain with you. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's like a chick, you ain't got no ass, ain't no titties, nigga.
Yeah, I mean,
you talking about
like for example, the Patriots will have a first round pick and they will swap with another team to move back in the first round all the time.
Right.
So like if you ain't got that first round pick to even, you know, move back in the first round, like I don't know, player, if I can even work with you. Just in my opinion, that adds just a tad bit more pressure for Tua to actually show that progression this year. I mean, the weapons are there. The team is getting built on the offensive side. The defense is still good.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, it's like no more excuses. And I think you lose that leverage of not having that first round pick just in case you want to go back and go get a quarterback.
Yeah, it's silly. But then you look at the details of what they did, bro.
Yeah.
They was trying to get Sean Payton and Brady. And some reports said that the reason why Sean Payton retires because of what went down in Miami. You know, and they said the reason why Brady retired because, you know what I'm saying, he thought he was going to Miami and they started, they investigating. I'm going back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'll go back.
y'all investigate. All right, then.
Hey, y'all got too much shit going on.
Then on top of that, this speaks to Brady's legacy, bro. This speaks to Brady's legacy. He is a legendary cheater.
You know what?
He do everything to win. He don't care.
It's funny you say that is because like I've been watching A Man in the Arena, and if anybody has got ESPN Plus, it's pretty much a 10-part episode of Tom Brady and his career and certain things that he's talked about, and it sucks is because like I never really cared for Tom Brady. But then when you see him in this kind of like he's like another guy, he's a guy's guy, and it's weird to say that because it's like I want to hate him, but like I can't hate guys. You know, a man's man is like, yo, you actually kind of cool, bro. And I hate to say that, but looking at that Man in the Arena little series is like I know it's still fuck it's still fuck 12. Trust me, it's still fuck 12. But it's like it's something about him like yo he's like one of the guys in the locker room, and we've all been in team organizations or organized sports, and when your quarterback is one of the fellas, like you get that certain kind of respect for him, and he's like that, and then when you look at all the scandals that he's been a part of,
Tom Brady's playing the character, bro.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He playing a character, bro. And my thing is like this: if you on my team, yeah, we gonna be cool. Yeah. But once you ain't on my team, I'm doing whatever it can. I'm saying if I was him, he doing whatever it takes to win. If that include deflating footballs, so be it. That include tampering, so be it. Spygate, whatever it is. I'm looking at whatever it is to get the competitive advantage, and that's how he thinks.
But you bring up a valid point.
He's not athletic, so you got to get some kind of advantage.
that's for damn.
Only thing he can do is study. Only advantage you have is study. Be the best there is in film. Yeah. Be very precise in what he do. So be very cerebral and cheat.
I mean, look, I can't knock you for what you're saying because look, when your name is attached to three different little scandals in the NFL. I said one thing. And you got to think about Sean Payton and they bounty gate. Yeah.
So you got two people that's part of scandals that you're trying to bring to the Miami Dolphins to get caught up in this scandal. Now how does that make Flores look now?
No, and that's another point. And that was one of my main points last night. It makes everything that Brian Flores has been saying, it makes him look very, very accurate on all the shit he's been saying. It makes his point that much hit home and makes his point more valid.
And to Matt's point too, my thing is they ain't want to touch the racing part though.
Oh,
it's like it's not enough. It's not enough evidence for that. It's not enough. We ain't got no evidence for that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want to touch that. We're gonna leave that alone. Because when it boils down to it, Goodell ain't really got no kind of pull anyway. He's just a puppet in the puppet master's hand. He's a puppet in the puppet master's hand. That's it. So that's why he only fined him 1.5 million. Because like, okay, fine you a little bit, make it like I did something, pocket change, no big deal, move on. So you suspended him. Okay, so he can't come into the arena for 6 games. All right.
Yeah.
I watch from the crib. I watch from the yacht.
What that mean?
I'm good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. So nothing they really did is really punishment. So what's the deterrent for me not doing it again?
And that's pretty much.
I just gotta make sure whoever I'm messing with don't snitch. That's it.
And that's pretty much what Flores said. He's like, well, there's not really a true disciplinary action that's really been done that's actually anything going to affect anything. And if you ask me, that speaks to the bigger part of the whole how the NFL disciplines players and owners. I mean, Just look at how the Deshaun situation is going right now. You know, the NFL is going through hell and high water to put that man's nail in his coffin.
The keys to
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right, Ant.
So it's. I think there's a bigger picture as
Look,
in
man,
the NFL needs to find a better way how they discipline
the
owners and
NFL.
players.
The NFL sell like a good old boys club, you know, and the players and all the things in it are their toys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. Because there's not like they have a real discipline to stop them from doing what they want to do. So it's like, we got these toys, we're going to play with them, you know, and do what we want to do. And what we do is, if something go down, a scandal come out, we do like everybody do, like a corporation do. We do a little press release, do a little thing, save face, and we get back to doing what we're doing. If you really want to have, you should have some kind of checks and balance. What am I saying? They want to touch you, but me being hungry, I can't say y'all can use the N-word whenever.
Boy, hey, start that comment. That comment of the motherfucking day right there. That's my boy Matt.
What I thought, Kofi? That's a star comment of the day.
Yeah, but he right though. Where's the lie? Like there's truth to all kinds of shit.
He right.
And there's truth all in that statement right there. I mean, look, at the end of the day, and we say it all the time that sports mirrors real life reality.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's a mirror image. They're parallel. It's just like with politics. Things won't get changed until this generation. They got to die. They got to pass away. Until you get fresh thoughts, fresh ideas, fresh ways of thinking into those power positions,
right?
It's going to stay the same.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's that dynamic that it won't change until that whole generation passes on. Jerry Jones got to go. When he passes on, hopefully there's a fresh. Unfortunately, it'll get passed down to his family, because that'll stay in the family. So hopefully. Unfortunately, you know, they won't be the same like Jerry, but it'll be the same thought process. Just say it slowly so we can hear all the and you wild, bro. You wild.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Matt say too. You know, it's got to be the change has to start now. In order for when the older people do die off, there's something in motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing about people get complacent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think about people who've been married for a long time, and then 30 years down the line, oh, I'm divorced, because they get complacent in their relationship because it becomes a routine. You know, you think about a job. You start off, you the go-getter, boom, boom, you get in that job 15, 20 years, you become complacent, you just chilling. You just punching the clock and going home. So it's the same thing. If you don't put nothing in motion, people get complacent. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when those people die out, well, it's how it always is.
Yeah.
You know, you won't see a lot of change. You may get a few people speak up, but you won't see a lot of change because nothing's in motion. And I think that there should be some kind of governing body outside of the NFL to govern things that goes on, and where real stuff should be able to be in place. That's how if they true about being transparent, all that stuff they say they true about, hire an outside government. I can't say the word. Governing body. Yeah, governing body to police. Unless a bad word for black people, but police
the NFL.
The NFL. Yeah. Period.
Yeah, but you know what? They won't do that.
They won't, because they ain't real about it.
Well, yes, they're not real about it, but you got to look at it this way: if a independent governing body that is not solely based on the benefits of the NFL, and they actually discipline both players and owners, we got to put that in there.
Yeah. Because I said the NFL.
Yeah. You know, they're not worried about NFL's bottom line. They're not worried about the dollar part, because that governing body is there to police the NFL, and they're going to do it to whatever letter of the law that they.
But see,
create.
here's the thing, though, Lamar. Here's the thing. You only enact them when things need to be done.
Yes.
So that's good. They're not thinking about the bottom line. I mean, their decision will be based off money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, if you worry about the bottom line, then if the tape don't come out or what Ray Rice did, you let Ray Rice play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the court of public opinion doesn't come out about Deshaun Watson, everybody's on Deshaun Watson's side, you are defending Deshaun Watson. So I'm saying so forth and so forth. Ray Lewis allowed to escape his incident because there was nobody really saying anything about it as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So if you have an outside governing body that not worried about the bottom line, it doesn't matter what the player's name is or who the owner is. You know, if it means we need to take this team from this owner, so be it. Because the overall thing of our job is to enforce the rules that's in place here in the NFL. And if anything outside of that, then we bring in law enforcement and let them handle it outside of that. No in-house stuff. What Matt say?
Yeah. No, you bring up a you definitely bring up a fair point. It's so look, I just think something has to do. They need to look in the damn mirror and actually punish the real criminals, the white owners. Let me oversee the NFL. I hammer them mugs. But I mean, you gotta find somebody that's gonna actually downright be straight to the point about the discipline part, because the NFL has been so wacky with how they discipline, and it's been nothing been concrete, nothing been straight up. The only thing that they really been straight up about is definitely how they punish the players, like PEDs.
Yeah.
You get 4 games. That's been the only constant discipline when it comes to that. They've been straight on that, but other than that, I mean, Calvin Ridley betting on football, he gets banned for a year. I think it was what's his name for the Cardinals a few years back. He did almost the same thing. He was a cornerback, but he wasn't a big name one. I think it was named like Josh Hart or something like that. They banned him for a year. So I mean, they're talking about the integrity part, and NFL has been so wishy-washy when they want to pick and choose on the actual integrity part.
Right.
So that's why I think, to your bigger point, is that's why you need that independent governing body to keep it straight. Because Roger Goodell, what's his best interest? He needs to keep 31 owners happy. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to do whatever he's going to do whatever is necessary to keep 31 owners happy, because technically those 31 owners are his boss.
Right.
So he's not.
We need Melvin Wall in this conversation.
He's not impartial enough to handle disciplinary shit. Yeah. And this is the first year that they actually, when they got I can't remember her name, Sue something, that made the decision on suspending Deshaun Watson.
I agree, Matt. I agree with you. Yeah, I know you're talking about though.
Yeah.
I mean, she was connected. She really wasn't she connected to Goodell in some kind of way too? Did he know her or something like that?
I didn't know the backstory. I just knew she was a former litigator.
Yeah. Well, I know. Like since we might as well segue into the Deshaun thing. You know, even with the Deshaun thing, that since they appealing it, it's not Goodell's going to hear the case, but the person going to hear the case is connected some way to Goodell. And I think that it should be independent people outside looking at this thing. And if you want to appeal, let's see the facts. Put the facts on the table. What's your case for an appeal? You know, and if you win the appeal, what's your case for the amount of time? You know, we think 6 games sufficient, or maybe you think 8 games. You know, whatever that outside judicial person decide to do, and that's how it should be done. You know, I don't think it should be. No one connected to the NFL, all that kind of stuff.
No ties at all. Period.
No, if we go, I mean, I'm talking about absolute because we know there's flaws in our judicial system. But if we go into court, you know what I'm saying? We go into court, we have somebody to represent us. They don't have ties to the judge. You know, it's based. They're supposed to act in our behalf.
Yeah,
and then they go in and defend us and try to get us off or get at least the best outcome for us.
Hell, I know in court system, if there's some type of relationship between a judge or a litigator or a prosecutor, it's conflict of interest, and they get recused.
Right.
And so I think that's one of the biggest things that is missing with this whole disciplinary way that they handle this shit in the NFL is they're not being honest about having ties to each other. You know, they're not.
Why the appeal?
Oh,
yeah. So here's the thing, because you had a year. You had a year to deal with this. So he already set out for a year, regardless if Texas set him out or not. He still set out for a year. So
Robinson, thank you, Matt. I'd be
forgetting. Oh, thanks, Matt. You know that's what we got Matt on here, boy. He fact checker.
Fact checker. No, for real. Like I'd be in the middle of the show and I'd be forgetting. I'd be like, "Yo, Matt, check this for me."
But he set out for a year. All right. So during that year, the NFL could have said, "All right, let's bring down punishment. This is we're gonna investigate." Because at the beginning of that year, they could start the investigation.
Yeah.
Then say, "Okay, we find that he needs to sit out for the rest of the year." This could have been over with. But they drug it out and gave talk shows and all the people something to talk about. Everybody's talking about it. Well, they could just say, "Look, all right, he gonna sell this year anyway. Let's go ahead and get it started." Boom, boom, boom. Now we roll into another year. Then if you win the appeal, not only he gonna sell this year, you know what I'm saying? You got another. That's 2 years. This man's sitting out 2 years for something that criminally he wasn't charged for. Case is settled.
Yeah,
and you make him you make him pay a second year. Now, go ahead. I guess you're about to say something. Go ahead.
Because it's literally everybody harping on the numbers. They're looking at 24 plus, and that's what they keep harping on. And at the same time, it's like you can't. That's not fair to Deshaun Watson when there's not a such thing as him, you know, impeding a woman's pathway to exit, or false imprisonment, or
forcing himself
on them, or you know this.
Let me ask you this: what should be the punishment for a man exposing himself to another person, or you know that's unwanted? They don't want it. They don't want you still. So flashing somebody. Let's just say that. What should be the punishment for that? I mean, I'm not relegating to flashing, but let's use that example because say he exposed himself. So what's the punishment to exposing yourself to another person that is unwanted? What do you think that punishment should be?
Well, see,
because it's still wrong. It's still wrong.
It's wrong. But to really answer your question, because here's the thing. I think we're having trouble with the part of was it wanted or not in these Deshaun Watson cases, because it's hard to say that it was unwanted when there's 2-3 sessions that they're having with Deshaun.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just said I relegated to just saying flashing or something like that, because there's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of nuances that goes into it. And, you know, only people that know Deshaun Watson and that person and the women that was there in the room. That's it. You know, we only can, guesstimate and estimate, you know, based on what we hear, what we're able to read, you know, in papers or online, whatever, YouTube, wherever we get our information from. We're only able to get our information from that and then make a decision or make form an opinion off of that. And my thing is, from what I've seen, now I'm going by what I've seen and what I've heard. I haven't seen anyone say anything about he forced himself. We can't say the R word, so we say he raped the person. You know, anything like that, you don't hear nothing like that, or false imprisonment. You don't hear anything like that. You hear at the very worst, he ejaculated on somebody. You know, now if it's unwanted, you're wrong for that. But does it warrant it? Is it warranted to take a man's career or suspend him or defame him in a court of public opinion for this long? Is that warranted for what he did? You know, to me, it's like, okay, this man, you know, look, he's kinky. Okay, I give you that. You know, he may need to know some boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know,
I can agree with you on that.
Things like that. But 2 years? And not playing because of that? 2 years?
Yeah.
I mean, in a couple more years, he might as well commit murder. Same time. You know what I'm saying? Time served, boom, you good.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I want to always stick up for someone if they've been wronged. So I want to say that because, you know, sometimes we put out shorts and sometimes people just come in the middle of our conversation and they just hear this part and don't understand the context behind what we're saying. You know, if somebody been wronged, man, woman, child, whatever, especially child, you know, I'm really gonna stick up for a child or someone or the elderly, you know. But if someone's been wronged, hey, I'm with you 100%. But at the same time, it's like this. When I was in high school, you know, and you see somebody getting jumped, especially a nigga you don't know, you're gonna get a couple of kicks in too. I don't like this nigga anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's real. It's real. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
and so it's the same thing with a lawsuit or a class action lawsuit. Oh, this nigga getting a bag? Oh, bad. That nigga touched me too.
Yeah.
Man, if I went to Catholic church, Father McClanahan, he touched me too. Where my money at? You know what I'm saying? Class action lawsuit, I mean that too.
And that's how civil suits work.
And that's how civil suits work. And then the numbers, the more people you get, the more it looks like, oh yeah, this must be true. Because how can 20 people be lying? If I give you $10 million, I get 20 niggas to lie.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Especially,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially once that $230 million guarantee kicked in. You know, hey, this money for everybody.
Money for everybody. And not only that, man, your memory of something that happened gets very, very cloudy when money getting involved. What,
hey, that is true. That is true. Hey, if Mel walk into the church right now, that thing's catching fire.
I be fucking I went there.
Lord bless me. Y'all wild today, bro. Y'all wild today.
But for real though, man. And so it's like don't you can miss me with that junk with that bull that you talking about. Oh, because it's a bunch of numbers and that means that y'all. No, that don't mean nothing. You talk about money. When money get involved, people get funny.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And there's nothing there. Like I say, I'll preface my statement like I said before that I've seen that it deserves to take 2 years of his man career or even more.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if say now, just hypothetically, say after the end of they suspended for a year, and that third year come around and nobody wants to touch him now, you didn't ruin his career.
Well, I mean, right now, obviously, Deshaun's going to have to do a lot of damage control towards his image of his career anyway.
Oh yeah.
Say you know, because the facts have already been presented out there, but the court of public opinion has already deemed him guilty. You know, and they're you know, court of public opinion has already deemed him as a menace to society. How much time you got for my confessions? I'm telling you, clear your schedule. How much time you got? Because you're gonna need a lot of time, Playboy.
What master? I mean, what Ant say? Why he didn't play last year again? Go ahead.
No, the Texans just didn't want to deal with it. They said
that's all that was. They swept under the rug.
They straight up said, "Yo, because he wasn't suspended, wasn't on the commissioner's exempt list, so he could have played last year. The
And you know
Texans
what's-
just didn't want to deal with
And you
it.
know what's messed up about that? They were implemented in the lawsuit, so you knew what was going on. You was a culprit in this.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, they culpable in the whole situation.
You were
man.
very culpable in this, and you got we're gonna sit him down because that is not what we do. You know what I'm saying?
NDAs.
And y'all the ones doing it. Y'all helping my man out.
That makes you very culpable. And you saw when Tony Busby said, "Hey, we gonna add the Texans to the situation." They was like, "Nope, nah."
Go ahead, go get some money. Let me go write this check right quick.
They said, "Nope, nah."
They said they done quick. They should just did that last year and been done. We would have been done with this.
Done and over with the situation.
Done and over with. Because one thing I can tell you about the public, they got very short memories.
Oh, quick.
How many times did R. Kelly reinvent himself?
Hey, man.
He got hot for a minute, and then he put out another hit song. Oh, man, you know, what R. Kelly did well, I remember that.
Yeah. In fact, look, memories get foggy.
Get foggy like a mud. Hey, but that Ignition boy, just saying.
It's a remix of Ignition. Hide the breast out of the kitchen. Don't worry about it. I know y'all forgot about pissing. Like, come on, man. They forgot all about it, bro.
Forgot all about it.
Forgot all about him pissing. You know what I'm saying? But here's one of my biggest beefs, and I kind of said it last night. You've had numerous individuals related to the NFL that have done, I guess, concerning things towards women. You know, they forgot all about Brett Favre being a little pervert, sending his little dick pic to old girls.
Brett Favre's caught up with something now. he caught up in taking money from a charity. He's supposed to, like one part he's supposed to have done a speaking engagement. They gave him all this money for a speaking engagement that he didn't even do. And then the charity probably gave him some money for something else, and he didn't do that either. So Brett Favre caught up with something now. And they keeping that quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. And then sending the dick pics to the female.
They forgot all about that.
Right.
You know, I don't remember the NFL going back in Ben Roethlisberger's situation and saying, nah. Those 6 games ain't enough. You need to be sitting down for a whole year. I don't remember that.
Right.
And he was accused of the R word.
But you know what the argument is? But it's 22 people.
I know.
So my thing is this.
And that's my biggest thing.
If you grade one person, is that one person more important than 22? Shouldn't 1 or 22 shouldn't matter. If it happens, it should be the punishment should be the same because you are quote unquote here for protecting women, here for lifting up women's rights and all this other stuff y'all say y'all supposed to be doing. So that's what y'all here for. 1 or 31 shouldn't matter.
Hey, and Matt brought up a good point last night. 1 is already too many.
Right.
1 is already too many.
Right. I agree.
And to me, what Roethlisberger was accused of was far more egregious than what Deshaun is getting.
Because he was accused of he had a girl in a bathroom with her, let her leave until he got what he wanted.
Wouldn't let her leave.
Wouldn't let her leave.
Like, false imprisonment.
And this ain't even he wasn't in the bathroom at his crib. He's straight up at a club or a bar somewhere. So my thing is like that made it worse because you that brazen to do it out in public. You know what I'm saying? You that brazen to do it out in public, bro. And if anything, he should have got a suspended for a year for that. I think with Deshaun case, well, Deshaun might need some coaching. What I mean by that, I mean like, look, man, let me tell you this. I mean, he should get some kind of punishment for what he did because it's still wrong. But at the same time, so you understand why getting what you get. This is what you did wrong. This is why you did this wrong. This is why. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then build the man up because this is not a situation where he's, doing anything egregious like forcing himself on somebody or something like that. This is a situation of a person who needs to learn some things he didn't learn as a child. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What I say? 220. Don't matter. 1 is too much. Big Bean. Oh yeah, African, right, man, and she was underage.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
Oh, what? A lot worse.
That's even worse.
That to me that puts you on pedophilia level. If you ask me,
can't say that either.
can't do that.
I'm trying to be good. well, let me rephrase that. I'm trying to be better. So we can grow this thing. They taking nigga stuff down quick. As soon as I put it up, like, dang, I don't see it on my timeline. Yeah, we had taking your video down. Like, what did Lamar say again?
Whoa.
Like I snuck that in there.
Yeah, I like how you try to sneak that in there, knowing good and damn well that we got to worry about what you say, motherfucker. But I mean, I'll take this one because I let it come out my mouth. But I'll take this one. But I mean, no, it bothers me that that the NFL is literally going out of their way to tarnish this man when, there's been others that's been far more egregious. I brought up how Daniel Snyder, they fined him $10 million. What's $10 million to a billionaire?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't suspend him. They didn't.
Well, I want to say this. I want to stick with players when we go apples to apples.
Yeah.
Because I don't disagree with you. And when you say that. But so we compare apples to apples because plenty of players have done things that haven't gotten the same amount that I'm not the same amount of time. I don't even want to talk about time. I'm talking about even the airplay and the scrutiny that this man is getting. Mm-hmm. You get all the women talking heads. He needs to get this. Shoot, somebody dropped in our comments. He should be suspended for 3 seasons. I was like, come on, man, 3 seasons, bro. And that's crazy to me. Why you ruin this man? What did he do? And you ask the person what he did. Well, he forced stuff on. No, he didn't do that. That's not what it says. Last night, trying to put the nail in his coffin. Yeah, I mean, because you dropped the ball, Ray Rice don't mean you try to make it up with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Hell, they gave Kareem Hunt 8 games. For his little situation,
and look, like go back to what I said about people forget. They praising Kareem Hunt for what he doing over there in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Praising him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
he was on a team the next year. Soon as he got let go by the Chiefs, Cleveland scooped him right up, and it's like, all right, yeah, we know you're gonna sit. No worries.
All right, don't worry about it.
And now he's part of the probably one of the best backfields in all the NFL for the last 2 years.
Right. So what are we doing? I mean, Ray Rice punched his wife. Was a girlfriend or wife? I can't remember.
It was his fiance at the time.
Fiance, yeah. Punched her, then drug her out like a caveman by her hair. Bruh, that right there was egregious.
Oh, that was easily a year offense.
And if he didn't have a tape of it, he'd been playing.
They gave him 2 years.
He would have been playing.
They gave him 2 games.
But
once the tape came out, he got released, and then nobody was going to touch him no more.
Because the tape was out. If the tape wasn't out, Ray would have been smooth.
Yeah.
Right, he went full. You're right. What Ant say? All the sports show that they are agreeing with the year suspension because of
the numbers.
Numbers are high. That's it. That's all they're saying.
Focusing on the
numbers, right?
And I think that's what bothers me about the situation is because, they try to make it seem like, 24, he got in contact with 66 women, like it's impossible for all of them to be, part of the scheme. Come on now.
Let me ask you this. If this man was such a bad person, and I mean, far as like what they claim he do to women, why you still have women saying that he's been great with them, he haven't done anything with them, all that stuff? Why you still have that? Because based on how your argument is that you saying not you, but talking about people in general,
the talking heads,
the talking heads, they saying, well, it's 24 people, and 24 people can't be wrong. Well, what if it's 24 people that he can get to say they all had good encounters with him?
Hey, the fact that you're saying that, man,
they wrong?
because that is true. He just as there's 24 plus women that are saying he's done something wrong. There's been 24 plus women that say he ain't done none of such thing.
Right. So why are they wrong? Why the ones say he good is wrong, and the ones that saying he's bad is right?
Right.
Because it fits your narrative.
Oh, bingo, bingo.
Right.
You know,
and say they forgot about the Vic. Yeah. Right. You're right. I mean, he a dog fight. I don't care about that. It's like cockfight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just Southern culture, man.
Do what you do, bro. I don't care about it.
But that goes to teach you how certain things are put on certain levels. Like why is dogs being put
now?
On
I will say this. I will say this though.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it happened with Vic, but I know in some of the dog fights, they just throw the dogs away. I think that's bad. You know what I'm saying? If they lose, they just throw the dog away and stuff like that. How they treat it, I do understand that part. So, I'm not oblivious to that. That part right there is bad. But you know what I'm saying? But my bigger point is that why is an animal's life more important than a human life?
Bingo. And
that's my thing. It's like, oh my God, I'm so outraged what he did, but you ain't care that Ray Rice just punched the hell out of his fiance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Ray, don't worry about that. My wife be acting crazy too. I just smacked her yesterday for not washing dishes. Don't worry about it. 2 games, just say we did something, and he be playing, and we play so and so.
Yeah. What's his name? The lineman for the Seahawks, the Chad dude that beat up on his girlfriend.
Right.
They haven't really disciplined him.
They ain't really disciplined.
He just got released, and he actually is dealing with actual legal situations. So, all right, whatever, But my thing is they never really bothered to discipline that guy.
He said myself included.
hey, I can't cap on that, man. There's just some people I just don't,
I mean, that's because a lot of people now are just pieces of garbage. But in general, 24 people, general. But 4 out of 5 said he did something nasty or bad.
I just never seen the NFL literally go out of their way for one person, and I think what I can't really prove it, but my thought process is that it's because and we talked about it before. I think it's because it's the increase of women that are actually consuming the product now. And the amount of women that spending money, like you said, hey, I'm gonna go get something, but then I'm gonna get something for hubby and get something for the kids, and hey, let's go get.
Women consumers think different than men consumers. Most time, if we going out to get a hat, like for our favorite team, we use that example. So we talking about sports. We gonna get a hat for our team, and go into the crib. A lot of women, they get out, I'm gonna get one for my daughter, my husband, my boyfriend, I'm gonna go ahead and get one for him too. So we go to the game, we all be matching. So they may buy 3, 4, 5, 6 products. Well, we might just buy one because we don't think like that. It's not that we don't care about them, it's just we just have a different way of thinking as consumers. So they gonna generate more money when they go shopping for these products. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think the numbers as great as they say they are. At women who consume sports, especially football compared to men. Not does it matter, they still should be treated equally and fairly and all that stuff. So I'm not saying because their numbers are low, we should be, mistreating them. My point is that, they like, I think one time, it's like 40%. And it's like, you really look at the numbers, like 20%. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as high as they say it is. So my thing is that it doesn't matter about the numbers. It doesn't matter about how many women is being accused, how many women saying accusing him of something. My thing is that if you're really true about what's going on, one person should have started you an investigation, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who it is. It take one person. That's it. Boom. All right, let's start this investigation.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They don't do that with a lot of players. Only time they really do something is when the court of public opinion get involved. That's it.
Yeah.
Period.
No,
what did Anthony say?
No, I think you were talking about Richie Incognito. He did get suspended for that bullying situation when he was down in Miami.
Oh, in Miami, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the number of games, but I mean,
I agree with that too, Matt. I agree with that. I agree with that, Matt.
What makes sure what they said the truth? Nobody knows. Yeah, and honestly, look, that's why you need that independent governing body to handle these situations. Because here's one thing that a lot of people aren't talking about. Because Tony Busby even brought it up when the NFL investigated. It's not like they reached out to him to talk to the plaintiffs like on a regular basis to get their side of the story. Right. You know, so they're pretty much taking whatever facts that they gathered. So, but look, let's transition because we got a very special guest in the house. He's been on ILW Sports before.
Right.
We got Gucci, man. Chris Gucci from Chop Sports Media. He's in here because obviously we are finishing up our NFC North preview, and he definitely follows the Packers very well. So we'll definitely get his opinion on the Packers as well as the Vikings. Man, everybody, give you a round of applause for the Gucci man, Chris Gucci. What's up, brother?
What's going on, bro? Thank you for having me.
Oh, man,
what's happening, man?
Pleasure. Before we get started, man, go ahead and plug everything that you got going on over there at Chop Sports.
Yeah, so we got the Chop Sports Daily Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I know you guys are scattered all over the country, right? Where you at? Detroit, and where you at? North Carolina?
Yeah, well, me and Detroit Mail are both in Carolina, but he's from Detroit. I'm from Kansas City. Yes.
Right.
All right. So yeah, we got the Chop Sports Daily. We have the Break Buzz, which is going down. I think we haven't settled on a date yet, but that's basically where we're breaking sports card memorabilia and doing some giveaways. And then obviously everything else we got on the network. If there's anything that you like, whether it be basketball, hockey, sports betting, we got a show for us. So just go check out the website at chopsportsmedia.com.
Yeah. So before we get to your Packers, man, we're gonna kind of what's your viewpoint on the Minnesota Vikings? Are they going to be a team? Because a lot of talking heads on your big networks are looking at the Vikings and say they might be that team that kind of might give the Packers a push for that NFC North crown. Obviously, the Packers have been owning it, but how do you feel about it?
If there's the one common theme about the beginning of the NFL season, it's that you hear about how the Vikings might be the team that's going to challenge the Packers. And there has been times, but typically when we're talking about the Vikings, they don't get it done in bigger spots. They're as talented as anybody. For one, I know a lot of people like to get on Kirk Cousins' case. I think he's around middle of the pack. You know, I don't think he's any better. I'm trust me. I love the fact that Kirk Cousins is the quarterback of the Vikings, but at the end of the day, they could do worse for sure. I don't think that he's going to be the guy that gets him over the hump, but Minnesota will be that fringe playoff team this year again. It's going to go a lot to do with how Dalvin Cook stays healthy. You know, Justin Jefferson's that guy. I think Thielen might be on his way out, as crazy as that is to say. He's born and bred Minnesota, but it's looking contractually he's going to have to take a pay cut if he wants to stick around. So they might get him in a contract year. He's looking to prove himself. But it comes down to they got a new coaching staff. They got a new front office. A lot of moving parts in the offseason, and it's hard to harness all that. It's crazy it is to say. I think Kirk Cousins being there again is the one constant that this team gets to look to, and that might be actually the thing that keeps them going for a little bit before we get to see what their coaching staff is like. I do like that coach, though.
Justin Jefferson has already kind of went out there and put a mark on his season. He says he wants to be the next guy to put 2K up in receiving yards. Is that feasible?
No. I mean, Cooper Kupp last year had 145 catches and he didn't sniff 2,000. I mean, he was if there was anyone that was going to do it, I would say Cooper Kupp last year, but how could you really put up that much more output? It's one thing that the extra game does help, but you know that you have to guarantee that you're playing in all 17. You know, one little nick up here or there. I just don't see that. I'm never going to predict 2,000 receiving yards or co-sign somebody saying it. And especially with Kirk Cousins as the guy throwing the ball. That ain't going down.
Andy says Kirk Cousins is a dark horse.
More like a pale horse.
Hey, look, I agree with your sentiments on Kirk Cousins. Look at his numbers. He's a solid quarterback. I kind of compare him from when the Chiefs got Alex Smith. Like there's a glass ceiling when you got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
You're going to be in games. You're going to get to the playoffs. Now, if you're talking about winning or getting to a Super Bowl, you might want to think of another dream. But he's not that quarterback that's going to have the winning stature of a Tom Brady or the athletic talent as a Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. It's going to put you in that upper echelon of teams.
And look, these players nowadays too, they know the deal. You know, so if you're looking around the locker room, and these are guys are all up on social media, they know the memes, they know what it is. So there's an underlying feeling amongst the locker room, and it's like, oh damn, Sunday night, man. It's like, well, you don't think the players are joking? Like, oh, we're gonna probably lose that one. They know what's going on.
I've never seen a guy that literally can't win any game in prime time. I've never seen such a thing like it. When you get Kirk Cousins in primetime situation and he's the only game that the nation is looking at, he turns into the typical folding chair. And it's
hey, what's
ridiculous.
up, Proud Jets fan?
you do know that's Nick.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, you know what I thought that was? The Arkansas little kid.
Oh,
What's his name?
I don't know.
That's Nick. That's Nick.
No, the kid from Arkansas. What's his name? Well, he's Jets fan.
It was
too,
Arkansas.
Arkansas guy. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck you, Nick.
Traylon Burks.
All right, so let's transition because you definitely do a lot of following for the Green Bay Packers. Go ahead, floor is yours. Like, how do you see the team operating? Obviously, there's a lot of questions. No Devontae Adams, what the team is going to look like. Go ahead and give us your thoughts and opinions on the Packs, man.
Okay,
can you give us one without being a fan?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. I'll do a little bit of both. I'll be super honest about it. First things first, I want to, on the outset of this whole thing, I don't know if you guys know, but that we got Aaron Rodgers is doing a podcast today where he's going to pretty much reveal all. He's talking about doing psychedelics in the last 2 off seasons.
Oh, really?
It's showing.
The Twitter is going to blow up in the next couple of days about this Aaron Rodgers interview that's getting released tonight. But that aside, the offense, on paper, you want to say the offense is going to struggle. I feel like there's really a really big need at receiver that they haven't addressed. I do think that Julio would have been the wrong move, so I'm not really upset about not signing Julio. We don't, half man, half a season. I think Tampa's actually a good spot
for him. I do too. I agree
for him
with
to
that.
thrive because they're not going to ask much of him.
Right.
But if you look at the Packers' record the last 7 games, and this is under the Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur partnership with no Devontae Adams, they're 7-0. And I know you can't hang your hat on that because it's a much different situation when you got to piece it together for a game or 2 here and there, then you have to, ride the whole season. My question, my main concern is going to be just the depth at receiver. I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to get it done as he has time to work with some of these younger guys. But the minute one of these younger guys go down, then what? Sammy Watkins isn't the answer. I'm sure you guys you had your
Don't get Lamar started. Don't get Lamar started.
He's a nice player if you want him again for 6 or 7 games at best. And in 6 of those games he'll probably be banged up. I think the Packers really, it comes down to Bakhtiari coming back and getting healthy. Their offensive line and that defense is so good right now. I don't think people are going to be talking about it enough going into the season, but the word out in Lambeau right now is that the offense is struggling against the defense in practice. The defense looks fast. The caveat to losing Devontae Adams was that we were able to retain Rasul Douglas. We were able to retain Devondre Campbell, who was a second-team All-Pro last year. We were able to give extensions to Jair Alexander. We were able to give an extension to Kenny Clark. So that defense is now humming a little bit. They got 2 first-round picks, bookend in the corners, and then they got Rasul Douglas to play the slot, both good safeties. Adrian Amos, I think, is one of the most underrated players in football. And I like their head coach. The major issue that I still, what cost us our season last year is, are they going to be able to tackle? Are they going to be able to make kicks? Are they going to be able to cover kicks? special teams was such a glaring issue. The block punt touchdown cost us our season.
Yeah.
So they did bring in Rich Bisaccia to coach the special teams. If you guys don't know who that is, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
The coach from the Raiders.
Right.
He kind of got shafted for McDaniels.
Oh, he got shafted big time. Oh,
yeah.
Overall,
big time.
Overall, you know, I know I've only said great things so far about the Packers. Is because they play in a bad division. I really don't see them really getting contended by anybody except maybe Detroit. And I know that sounds crazy, but Detroit's definitely a tougher team than people want to give them credit for.
Big time. Yeah.
They have a hard schedule though, and the competition. Green Bay goes on the road in 2 pockets of their schedule that are really tough, and we just don't know what Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do after his 3rd offseason taking mushrooms. You know, he doesn't have his girlfriend anymore that was keeping him kind of in line. A lot of moving parts with the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Hey, I'm gonna say this: pussy does wonders.
Yeah, it definitely does. He's got this dude. You know, he's got his new tattoo. He's the whole man. That's hilarious.
No, it's so here's one of my biggest things. Obviously the money was there to retain Devontae.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's been talk.
That's facts, Matt.
It does move mountains. Hey, kind of give us your thought process on why Devontae didn't want to come back.
Well, couple reasons. This isn't me. This is Devontae Adams. I kind of like through the grapevine. You know how you hear sources, this, that, and the other. I never heard Devontae say this in an interview, but what I was hearing was that, you know, looking at the way his career was lining up, he's got about 5 to 7 years left, and he wants to do big things in this league. And the year-to-year situation that he was going through with Aaron Rodgers, combine that with the fact that there was a big paycheck, equally as big paycheck, to go out there and play in Vegas. He had already bought a home in Vegas. His best friend, college quarterback, plays in Vegas.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at things, maybe they had a chance to do something special one last time in Green Bay. But I think if you look back at last season, and as surprising as Aaron Rodgers wants to come off, that he was surprised Devontae left, they posted that meme last year about the Last Dance. And I think the writing was on the wall then. So
yeah,
it was a tough. Another thing, when they signed Aaron Jones in the previous offseason, I knew that there was going to be somebody that was going to have to go. And I wasn't really happy about signing Aaron Jones. I like him, but just don't really agree with giving running backs money.
Bingo. Right. Yeah. I mean,
that's Nick. Can I address Nick right quick?
Zeke Elliott messed that up for a lot of running backs.
Look, Nick. Let me try to take my shine. Don't try to take my shine just because he gave Detroit a little props. Fuck the Jets, okay? You ain't got to try to bring the Jets in here too. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to take my shine, Nick. It's because your last name is Shine.
He's a Lions fan. I guess that makes sense now. Detroit Mel, even though he's from Carolina. Yeah, bro.
I'm from Detroit.
The Lions were 11,
I live in Carolina.
They 11-5-1 against the spread last year. Dan Campbell has them boys playing hard for all 4 quarters.
Hey, but here's my thing. I think the Lions are gonna fall to the Hard Knocks curse, man.
Think so?
Oh, bro, because you got to look at it. I give the Lions credit because they played and they were in just about every game last year. But now you got all these HBO cameras following you. There's expectations that come with this now.
I'm gonna say this, and it's not because I'm a Lions fan. I'm gonna say this. And I've been following this team for a long time, and
a lot of heartache, bro. Ooh.
A lot. Yeah, we gonna exclude this from this comment. We already know that. That goes without saying. And just like one of the first times that I actually seen a regime come in here, and you can see a difference in culture. You know, even when Crosby came out and said what he said about the regime, most time they would just sweep under the rug. You know, Dan Campbell came out and addressed it. Yeah. He addressed it, said what it was. Okay, that's what it is, and moved on. It's a whole different culture. So go ahead. With
Dan Campbell, I kind of laughed and mocked the hire in the beginning because he's a little outside the box and unorthodox. But now when you look back at it and you look at the way they played for the guy, he's like the perfect coach for that type of situation. I don't think that he's really going to be the guy that maybe gets them over the hump, but he's definitely the guy that could change the culture and get them all playing hard, practicing hard, and things like that.
It's funny you say that, Gucci, because I look at Dan Campbell being what Mark Jackson was to the Warriors.
Good point.
Change the culture, build the foundation, but he might not get you there. And then hopefully it won't be no disagreement between him and the ownership. And then next thing you know, they get their version of Steve Kerr that comes in and takes them over the hump. But you need something that's going to look. It's been what 20, 30 plus years.
Just the main issue has been the ownership. They got rid of Jim Caldwell. They should have never gotten rid of Jim Caldwell.
Oh, big time.
Right.
So there's been issues with the ownership since through and through. The way they mishandled the Calvin Johnson situation, the Barry Leonard situation, and then I guess they learned from their missteps with Calvin and Barry, and then they let Matthew Stafford go, and he wins. It's just a bad look for them in that regard. But that's in the past now, and Dan Campbell's done a good job so far, so he's got the point in the right direction.
Right. But going back to Green Bay, I agree with what you said. I do like. Well, I'm gonna say I want to see what Christian Watson does, what Romeo Dubs do. I think they have promise, and if they're playing with somebody else, then I might not have as much promise in them. But I think with Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback that he is, I think he can bring the best out of them two receivers. Also, so there's hope there.
Amari Rodgers too. Last year he had a tough season, but that's why I'm a little trepidation. I have a little trepidation about going with the young guys because Aaron Rodgers is he's like he's very demanding. When it comes to these. It's hard to get a rookie to get on the same page. He gets pissed off on the field, and that's understandable. But veteran quarterbacks, they don't mesh well with rookie receivers. It's like if you ask Aaron Rodgers, and this is going to be a disagreement with the coaching staff, like who do you want out there? He's going to be like, I want Randall Cobb out there. I want and there's no way that Randall Cobb is as talented as Romeo Dubs, but he knows the plays and he knows where to be at the right times and things like that.
That was actually about to be my next question. Like, is Aaron Rodgers going to have the patience for these guys? Because, look at that playoff game. I see you shaking your head, but look at that playoff game. If your name wasn't Aaron Jones or Devontae Adams, you weren't getting the ball.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that was almost tunnel vision, and that cost us. So while Devontae is a special player, it's like, all right, do you, bro? It's like letting Iverson drop 50, and like, all right, but. We're gonna win. We're gonna score 110 to your 100. If Iverson scores 50, it don't matter. Like let Devontae Adams do his thing. There was several plays last year when you looked at it, and I'm not sitting here and trying to act like I break down NFL film by no stretch. Right. But you know how Instagram is nowadays and the internet is. It gets done for you. I don't have to break down film. I just scroll and I'll see highlights of Marquez Valdez-Scantling streaking across the middle on the last play of the game. Where they throw to Devontae in triple coverage. It's like now, you know what? You don't have the tunnle vision and you go through your progressions a little more.
I think that might actually be the positive about losing Devontae Adams is because
if we're trying to find a silver lining, that's it.
Because it's going to force Aaron Rodgers to look at other options. It's going
that comment's for you, Chris.
To do that.
Romeo Dubs.
Romeo Dubs. I'm gonna keep that name in mind.
Yeah, I like Romeo Dubs, man. I don't think I say about Nevada. They always kick out a player or two that comes in under the radar and actually does pretty decent. Kaepernick came from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't hang my hat on too much of it.
I think Kaepernick was a decent player, especially come from where he came from.
I'm trying to get the other Packers rookie receiver's name. It's skipping my mind right now. But he's not having the greatest camp. Romeo Dubs is the guy that burned Eric Stokes the other day.
Yeah. I saw that on I think it was Instagram.
I'm actually surprised y'all let MVS walk. I'm actually surprised about that because he's been in the system for a number of years with Aaron Rodgers.
I think MVS is having a real good camp out in KC. I think that there's nothing but good things being said about him. He's gonna be a nice little if you could put Mecole and him kind of. MVS is a big guy. He's a big target, but he gets down the field really well. He had like tops in the league for the last couple seasons in yards per catch. So he's a big play waiting to happen, but he's a little, drops a little bit.
Yeah, he got the dropsies. He got the dropsies.
And I think he kind of priced himself out in Green Bay. That's it.
Yeah.
He got, what did he get? 10 mil? 9 mil? It's a decent contract. I feel like it's like almost on par with Juju got. And Juju's definitely a better player than him.
Yeah, Juju got like a
1 year.
1 year, almost like the base salary is like 5 mil, but it can get up to 10. And I think
they were smart. They did things that I wish the Packers would have gotten Juju at that contract.
We'll break it down. What receivers would you have at least? Because obviously Aaron likes his veteran receivers. What receivers would you have let love for the Packers that brought in the building?
100% Allen Robinson. Give me him all day. Comfortable in the division. Has had success in the division. Maybe playing with a little chip on his shoulder because of his lack of success in the division. He almost signed with Green Bay years back. At the time, Devontae Adams was still in the picture, and that might have kept, like, they're good friends. That might have kept Devontae in town, maybe. But no, like Allen Robinson, I'm a Penn State fan too, so he's the only Bear that I've ever liked in my entire fanhood. Allen Robinson is very underrated. He's never had a good quarterback, so I would have liked to see him finally get paired up with a Hall of Famer.
He got
fact checker 3 years.
A fact checker.
Yeah, he got a fat deal. Yeah. So I don't think Green Bay was going to afford that.
Oh no, I don't think they weren't going to give him that type of money, especially when they've already seen the production that he's already outputted out there in Green Bay. So trust me, that was a financial move for sure.
So what's that? Go ahead. Lamar.
No, I was gonna go through Green Bay's schedule, so Gucci can kind of give us like an output on projection on where they would sit. But no, if you got a question, go ahead.
No, it's along the lines you're going to say anyway. So go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Hold on, not my damn phone acting funny.
Come on, guy.
Hey man, it's that damn internet be acting funny sometimes. Funny money.
Just thinking that pay as you go internet.
No, I ain't doing all that. But it is Spectrum, so you know how Spectrum be sometimes. All right. So kick off the regular season. You got Minnesota. Go to Minnesota. You got
what time is that game? Is that 8:00 game? No.
Oh no. No. For Kirk Cousins, it's a 4:25 game. So he might have a chance. Now I will say this: I wish they did get the Packers last year in Minnesota.
That's not an easy game. As much I could talk all the shit I want. Minnesota could be 1-10, and then Green Bay goes to Minnesota. They're gonna play their best football. And last year Green Bay got starched on opening day, and it was probably the worst opening day that I've had in a long time. So hopefully not to repeat that, because it'll be a little bit worse. But obviously, I'm going with my boys. That one. Not going to start the season 0-1.
I've never seen two divisional games back to back to start your season. So you got Minnesota in Minnesota week 1, then you go home and you get the Bears in town. Week after that, you go to Tampa Bay, so that'll be your
test.
True test early in the season. Especially after what happened a couple of years ago when you went to Tampa Bay.
I mean, Green Bay goes to Jacksonville and loses. They don't play well in Florida. That state just has the truth.
It's that swamp water. It's like it's something about it, man. I go home against the Patriots. Got the Giants at home. Got the Jets at home. Go to Washington. Go to Buffalo. That'll be a true test right there. So that's a primetime game right there. Go to Detroit.
See the Giants-Jets series right there, back to back. The Giants game is in London.
Oh, is it? That's a London game.
That Jet game becomes like a little more winnable for the Jets because of that travel.
That's a fair point.
I'm still gonna spank the Jets though. Don't get it twisted.
Go to Buffalo.
Go Matt.
Go to Detroit. Home against the Cowboys. Now I'm gonna keep my eyes out for that. So let's see how are you and Sturts putting on a bet on that one?
I'm down. He don't bet on his team So we'll see. But there's no way that Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur are going to lose to Mike McCarthy. That ain't going down like
that. After the Cowboys, you get the Titans to come in town, go to Philly, go to Chicago.
Not easy.
Yeah.
Chicago is easy, but that's about it. Even so far, I mean, there's no Texans on the schedule. We got to go to Tampa. It's a tough one.
Yeah. So after you go to Chicago, you get home, and then you got the Rams, got the defending Super Bowl champs coming in town. Go to Miami, and then you finish up at home with Minnesota and Detroit. I'm not gonna say like that's that. I don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of cupcakes in that schedule. So kind of break it. Give us a quick synopsis, and we'll get you up out of here, Gucci.
All right. So the schedule is not easy, but Green Bay's been playing a tougher schedule for a while now. They're finishing higher in their division, so they're typically playing the other first place teams in all their crossover games. It just so happens that this year their division is still easy. So if there is some gimme games, it's within the division, and I think that helps them a lot. I do think Detroit is a better team, but I think Minnesota is a little bit of wolf tickets on them. So while they might be considered to be better, there's so much turnover within the division up front with the coaching staffs and the front offices. So I need to see it. While Green Bay has at least had some continuity, Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers are definitely one and the same. They've had a lot of success, 14 wins a year, and the defense is by far the best that it's ever been outside of the Super Bowl year that Aaron Rodgers has ever had.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that we're going to have to hang our hat on comparatively to when the Seahawks were good and Russell Wilson was a great quarterback, but they never won anything when he was throwing the ball a lot. Typically with Aaron Rodgers, let's hand the ball off. Let's let them do it. Aaron Rodgers, you could bring your magic out in the fourth, but play good defense, get a home game or two in the playoffs and see what happens.
It's funny you say that is because I think you guys got a good 1-2 combination in the backfield with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon.
Everybody talks a lot about the receivers, and rightfully so. Not much to speak of at tight end, but those running backs, they could do well out of the backfield. There's a 1-2 punch. Offensive line is really good. They were all banged up last year. Like Pro Bowl guys out, they're all coming back. I think it'll be okay. You know, there's more than one way to win an NFL game, and late in the season, the way their team lines up, I think they're going to run the football effectively and play really good defense. Rashawn Gary might be a problem for them this year too. I think he takes another little leap.
Oh yeah, Rashawn Gary. You like him, man, a Michigan guy. So
of course,
he's been something great for that defense. And you bring up some good points because I think the defense is so Super Bowl caliber defense that it'll give the Packers time to let that offense come around. You know, there's going to be some ugly games. You know, I hope you're prepared for that, Gucci. There's going to be some ugly games.
I'm ready for it. I mean, I'm not, but like I know full well with the ups and downs of an NFL season, and there's nothing better. You know, 99% of being a fan is about having hope, and the Packers provide me with that hope every year going in. But when you have that hope, you have that like just crushing heartache too that comes along with it if you don't happen to be that one team that does it. So see how it goes.
So what do you think their win total is for this season?
They're going they're going to get 13. That's the magic number since LaFleur's been there. I'm not going to go under until I see it happen. And I'm a Packer fan. That would be disrespectful.
I said
man's predicted 13.
I said 11. I said 11.
Look, 11 will probably get the division. I'm be okay with that too.
Yeah, I'm saying 11.
Yeah. Like I'm saying 13, full well knowing that 13 games is going to be it's going to be tall order in that with that schedule.
Because I said I think they're probably sweep Chicago. I just don't have no faith in Chicago.
Chicago might be playing for the one pick.
Yeah, I don't have a faith in Chicago. Minnesota, I'm kind of like you with Minnesota. Fuck Kirk Cousins.
Well, Minnesota got to show it. Minnesota has to show it.
Yeah, you know, but it's kind of like a shaky thing with Minnesota. I think it's split with Detroit. I just think Detroit always play them tough, even if it's like to the fourth quarter
more so late,
right?
You know, there was like a 21 game stretch where Green Bay beat Detroit, and then all of a sudden that's gone. You know, Detroit's definitely gotten some.
Dallas, When they play Dallas later, early.
They play
that's mid-November, early November.
Yeah, that's when
second
Dallas
week of
start.
November.
That's when Dallas start going down a little
bad little dip.
Yeah, so they might get that game. So that's why I think towards the end of the year they're gonna start pouring on more and winning more games. I think it's gonna be up and down. It's gonna be a rocky ride from the beginning because I think you got to you're gonna have to find his legging and his footing with the new receivers, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think towards the end they're gonna be all right. Cause I want to see what Philly does, how they kind of pan out with Justin Hurts towards the end. Cause they play Philly kind of late or mid season too, right?
Yeah, no, they got them down the stretch.
Yeah. So I think what depends on what Justin Hurts does. I mean Jalen Hurts. Hey man, all these Jays, man.
You're thinking of Justin Fields.
I know, because Chicago sucks, right? But Jalen Hurts. I think with Jalen Hurts, man, you know, I think he's in the same boat with Tua.
Yeah. And then I'll put even like Trey Lance is like a better version or like a little bit more hyped up version of a Jalen Hurts, but I put them in the same category going into this year too.
They gotta prove it. Yeah. No, I think only thing with Lance, he has a little more rope because of it's his first year starting.
Yeah, of course. But they also they gave him the keys and they're letting guys.
They gave it to him early, man.
No,
they gave it to him too early, man.
You know who? Maybe, but people were saying the same shit about Lamar, and then he won an MVP in his second year. So you know, like he's in a situation where he's got a playoff caliber football team around him. Like, what do you want to do? What we want to give a guy a shit team and be like, go ahead, go get cracked. This is a good situation.
Yeah.
If you think about it like this, what was Jimmy G doing really for that team? Ball control, handing it off. At the very least, Trey Lance could hand it off as good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe his decisions aren't going to be that great, but what he's able to do with his legs, you know, you could add 600-700 yards maybe to that rushing
that's
attack
true.
with Trey Lance, and he's got a cannon.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Good point, Matt.
The point you just made, Gucci, when you give Trey Lance the keys to literally a Super Bowl caliber roster, I mean, with Jimmy G, you actually have a Super Bowl appearance. You got an NFC championship appearance last year in the last 3 years.
And with Kaepernick too.
No. We didn't talk about Kaepernick. No, but for you to move off a quarterback that has been giving you deep playoff runs within the last 3 years, to me that says a lot. Now I'm with you, Mel. It might be too early, but when are you going to do it?
You're going to find out. And you know the beauty of it is, I trust the front office. They haven't just jumped off the ship on Jimmy G. He's not cut. He's not. Yeah. They're standing firm, and they understand the value of a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely don't want Jimmy G on that team, but they're not going to cut him.
Yeah.
I think that's evident at this point. So if they have to ride with the two of them, they're still in a decent situation contractually because somehow they got Debo to take that money. I don't know. I thought he was going to get a little more because of his rushing, but it's not a bad situation because the quarterback's on a rookie deal. And if he does get hurt or he doesn't pan out, they got Jimmy G to lean back on. But I think Trey Lance, because of John Lynch's track record, Shanahan's track record, they know what's going on. They're giving him their confidence in him gives me confidence, and because I'm not watching film.
Yeah,
I'm not at practice.
No, 100%. Because I kind of said something similar to the point. Is like you're in no rush to move Jimmy G because you don't know if Trey Lance is going to pan out. That's a nice fallback plan. Or or say Trey Lance blows up. There might be an injury to another team that might need a quarterback halfway through the season before the trade deadline.
When you have a guy like Jimmy G, someone wants Jimmy G. They just want to get him, or right now the team that does need Jimmy G doesn't need him yet. Like you said, an injury happens. If Kirk Cousins goes down and Minnesota's 4-1, I'm calling. You know what I mean? I'm definitely calling San Fran and be like, "What's up? Save our season."
Matter of fact, if I'm San Fran, I'm calling you for you. Hey, I saw you. You might need some depth at that quarterback position. Let's talk.
Hey, Bones, he look weird without a beard and about 50 pounds.
Yeah, and I was saying, so I don't know if that was like a bash on Nick, or are you trying to tell me that I look weird?
No, that wasn't.
I know. I'm just. I can take a punch anyway. We good.
Hey, Gucci, man. Look, man. Man, we appreciate you hopping on the show.
Bro,
again,
anytime.
Man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Before you get off, again, let our audience know where they can find you in Stir Chat, man.
Yeah, so head on over to Chop Sports Media on YouTube. Subscribe. We go live every single weekday, Monday through Friday. We're doing a couple other things, like I said, with these sports card collecting live breaks. If anybody that doesn't know what that is, just tune in next Thursday, I believe, and we're going to be doing one, giving away a full-size autographed helmet. So check us out, chopsportsmedia.com, break buds, all that.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Gucci, man. You have a wonderful afternoon, my brother.
All right.
Appreciate you, man. All right, man. He gets up and say, "Go Packers, man."
Hey, nah. Hey. He said enough positive stuff about the Packers. We understand where Gucci's at. But no. I appreciate Gucci for hopping on.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate that.
He for those who don't know, a couple of years back when we first did our
that's our first year, wasn't it? When we first started,
he
came on.
Yeah, when we did our championship preview week, when the Buccaneers went to the Super Bowl.
Is that you?
I think it was.
You might be right. I'll make sure.
Yeah, it was the Buccaneers.
I only smoke weed, and my memory messed up.
We usually try to get representatives for the last four teams in the championship round, and he came on and represented for.
Man, we trying to find somebody to the Jets.
Nah, the Jets got to make it there first, bro.
No, we're talking about the represent the Jets.
Again, we got to actually be talking about them in a positive light for that to happen. So,
okay. We don't want Nick on here doing it.
Yeah, that's gonna get nauseating. Yeah,
I was like, oh my god,
that's gonna get nauseating.
I mean, yeah. I hope Nick's still listening. I don't like talking behind nobody back, but it's like we be talking about the Packers. You be like, yeah, and so like the Jets, man, nigga, you talking about the Jets? We be talking about the WNBA. Oh yeah, so the Jets. Motherfucker, we ain't talking about the Jets.
Hey man, hey, loyalty, man. Hey, loyalty, man. It's okay.
He try to sneak it in any kind of way.
hey, remember last week he tried the last episode he tried to sneak. He like, I only talked about him once. All right,
yeah. Like, come on, man. Zach Wilson, man, fuck Zach Wilson. See what I'm saying? So bad I can't get the nigga name in my mouth.
Hey, it's all right, man. Hey, he's loyal to his squad. He's a fan of his squad. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, see, man, I was gonna let that one slide, Matt. I just like picking on Nick, but yeah, you do it too.
Yeah. Oh, Matt does it all the time.
It must be a Jersey thing. Is it a Jersey thing?
It must be, but the only problem is, I think the difference is when Matt does it, we totally ignore him because it's the Giants. We like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. We don't even acknowledge it, bro.
The entire NFL ignored him.
hey, I went through the Packers schedule. I said Giants. Of course, Matt goes in the comments, go Giants, son.
It's like, does anybody? They still got the NFC East? Still exists. It's like college. Everybody is going into different conferences.
Hey, but real talk. If I'm the Giants, I will be calling San Francisco about Jimmy G. He's a step up above Daniel Jones.
If I was the Giants, I'd be calling London about transferring. It's good for the whole state of New York.
Make Wembley Stadium your home base.
Hey man, I just talk shit about everybody. It don't matter about I'm a Lions fan.
My man said they should call London to go Hey, y'all motherfuckers is wilding out today, man. So I don't know.
Y'all gonna have to transfer from eating pizza to fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips and crumpets.
We got tea and crumpets. Y'all gonna be selling fish and chips at the stadium.
Right. Crumpets and fish and chips and tea at the stadium.
Y'all might as well stay in London when y'all go play the Vikings. Just stay.
Just stay there.
Just stay.
Hey, we'll ship y'all shit over here.
We'll send it to y'all.
Y'all have me on live.
Hey man, it ain't
we
our
love you,
fault,
bro.
man.
Hey, we love you, bro. We love you. You know
Yeah, we got much love for you, but we gonna
it's
rip
Nick
you
we
back
don't
to
like,
sorry ass guy.
Where's Nick at? I need Nick over here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't.
Now let's segue into so speaking of fucked up things that happened to a state, Paige Becker's tore ACL.
Man, for those who don't, we watch all sports, and man, Paige Becker, she's a baller for UConn. Here's the thing, it's gonna be a tough loss.
I was doing a thumbnail when UConn played South Carolina, so I was looking for a picture for it. She actually looked good out that uniform, bro.
Hey, sir, we hey, see, that's the thing. When we talk about women's sports, we can't talk about the actual physical attractiveness about we're supposed to be talking about them sports.
Hey, man, look, most of these women in women's sports look like they should be boxing or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving them a compliment.
Sir, we would like to get our women viewership up, and you are really pissing on that right now.
I'm just saying. I'm saying, like, WNBA like a bunch of Joanna mans. Change the logo to J West. The logo should be Joanna Man. Just a motherfucker with a wig with a ball. All right, now you were saying.
I don't fucking know. You just killed me with that one. It's a logo. What you wanted, man? Yeah, bro. Hey, just so y'all know, it's never been me. It's never been me.
Hey, you rubbing off on me, man.
Hell no. I see, because like shit like that, I was gonna keep it within myself. You like to just let it roll on out.
Hey, man. Facts, man.
My man said the logo should be Joanna. Wow. That one's gonna stick with me for a minute. That's gonna stick with me for a minute. But no, but here's the crazy thing. Gino Auriemma has been like probably one of the he's a Hall of Fame coach in his own right.
Yeah.
And his recruiting class is always going to be the top notch. Mm-hmm. Now it is going to be a loss.
I don't know.
No, what I'm saying
last year.
But I'm saying it's a huge loss because Paige.
Paige
is a baller.
Let me tell you something. If you look at last year when they played South Carolina, mm-hmm. the only glimmer of hope was Paige Beckers. You know, she kind of disappeared a little bit, but she still was kind of scoring and almost was bringing them back. And then South Carolina pulled away. When she went out, South Carolina went on a run.
Yeah.
I mean, she
had to play the whole game.
Let me tell you, there's one thing I noticed about her, and this is going to tie into why I think NIL is so important. Mm-hmm. First, she is probably one of the most known college players, not female players, college players. Yeah. If you say Paige Beckers, man, woman, child knows that name. They know anything about sports.
Yeah.
So you have deals with like Gatorade and I think StockX and a couple other deals she has through with the NIL. So here's my thing. This is why NIL is so important. This is her second ACL tear on the same leg. What if she comes back and never the same? Without the NIL, that's her career gone. Now with Now with NIL,
career now.
Now with NIL, she's made money and is making money that she can stack. If she doesn't come back the same, she can switch over to broadcasting and already have a bag already because he made money with endorsements. You know what I'm saying? And she won't be like some other players, college players that's living on the street because they was already dirt poor without getting paid, and then they tear ACL a second time and come back and never the same, never make it to professional ball.
So hypothetically, what y'all remember Willis McGahee, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, he was never the same.
What if he didn't get drafted and didn't recover the way he did from that knee injury in the championship game against Ohio State?
And he wouldn't have got hurt. He'd have won that game and the bad call too. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. They had a bad call. No, we frank about it. They had
Ohio State.
I agree with you. Ohio State for that. They had a favorable call. All right,
favorable call.
But if Willis McGahee miraculously came back and actually had a decent NFL career, but what if he didn't? Had they had NIL back then, he'd have still been good.
Oh yeah, he'd been good.
He'd have been all right. He can still take care of the fam and still being able to, have enough money to, bridge until he can figure out what he can possibly do for career wise.
Here's another thing too. Here's nothing about NIL. If I'm a player, especially I'm talking about football, because that takes a beating on your body. I'm a football player. NIL in college. I make me some loot. I don't have to play in the NFL as long.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? I can retire 6 years in, still have the use of my body, made some good money in the NFL. So I come on a rookie contract, you try to sign you a big contract, after that rookie contract is in and get that last part of that money in, plus your NIL, plus your endorsement once you get professional, you make your nice little bag, 6 years, you got a nice little nest egg set up, you get involved in sports some other kind of way and make money that way. And you good. You can still be a young man playing, then play sports, and you still don't have to worry about, CTE, bad body, bad joints, bad knees, bad ankles, all that stuff. I mean, NIL it will affect all that. And then like Nick Saban, all the time about, we shouldn't have it. Other coaches talking about it should be capped. Oh, you don't say that about your salary. You don't say that about your endorsements.
Because
they don't cap your endorsements. They don't cap They don't cap your salary or your endorsements.
Saban's getting $12 million a year, bro.
A year.
Let's
cap you at 6. How about that?
Kirby Smart from Georgia just got $10 million a year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
right?
I mean, you can't sit here. I mean, you can't. That's what bothers me about some of these coaches that speak out about it. Is like, it's hypocritical. You over here making big bucks off of these young athletes too, because they're the ones that are putting in the work that actually execute the plan on the field. That gets you the victories. that gets you to be Nick Saban, and Nick Saban didn't make Nick Saban. There's a whole bunch of players involved that made Nick Saban. Right. From LSU to Michigan State all the way to Bama. There's been players that made Nick Saban. Right. You may come up with the scheme, but if your players don't execute, you just another motherfucker coaching.
That's it, man. That's it.
You just another motherfucker coaching. And ain't nobody heard no motherfucking Nick Saban.
Right.
I can't stand when Nick Saban opened his mouth about players in his NIL. Shut the hell up.
It's about control, bro.
Control, yes.
It's about control. Get back to picking that cotton, nigga.
And I think that's why and I see Matt saying
Dolphins
count. No, because here's the thing. That's the reason why he went back to college world. When you coaching in the pros, you do have control, but it's limited. It's to a certain point because those players are making more money than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not the
I'm here for you, Matt. I'm here for you.
You're not the what should I say it? What's the best word for it? You're not the product.
Yeah.
The coach is not the product of the NFL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In college, that's why Urban Meyer wasn't going to work in the NFL. You know, he's a control
I like
freak
that,
too.
Bones. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing too, you gotta look at too. If you're in college and you playing, I can pull your scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of control over you
and kick him right off the team.
I can blackball you if you want to get to the transfer portal. It's like I got a lot of control over you. We'll see when NIL come in. You know, I can make money. I don't worry about all that. Mm-hmm. I mean, you still have a little control, but you don't have as much control as you used to. Because you can't. I'm pulling your scholarship. Okay, I'm making enough money to pay for. I'll give enough money to pay for my education.
I pay for my tuition. Yeah,
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? What else you want to do?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's less control to have. So I think that's one of the things a lot of coaches they looking at. I don't have that control like I want to. It didn't change. You know, people scared of change. It's different. People scared of when things come in, it's different. They scared of change.
Oh my gosh!
Do I remember my college team? Yeah, for the national team.
No, you don't put that damn post. Don't put that. Because fucking Matt's trying to bait me into that shit, and you fell for it. He want me to talk about T.
I know you want to say.
As I said, don't put that damn comment though. That motherfucker trying to.
Are you talking about Utah?
With Alex Smith? Yeah, you called Alex Smith, right? Yeah. You right? Or you talking about
Ball State?
No, Bones. Not no T-Goat. No, we're not doing that. No.
We're not doing that today?
No, man.
He said check the inbox on IG. Check after this.
We not talking. No.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, you got the biggest Ohio State supporters to my left, y'all. Yeah, look at that.
Hey, I don't know who's sitting next to you. But tell that motherfucker in the mood. We doing a show.
But I mean, is yes, you are 100% right about control. You're definitely right about people don't like the change. It's speaking of change, mm-hmm. PGA. I think PGA is in trouble, man.
Oh yeah.
This LIB joint backed by that.
Here's the thing. The only thing that may slow it up is because of the atrocities going on in Saudi Arabia. They keep hyping that up. The pressure might stop some of these guys not to play.
How? There's been at least half of the top 50 players have already switched over to the LIB, man. This is literally a money race. This is a money.
Oh man, they got deep pockets, bro. Look what they did with Dubai. Look. You go online to look up Dubai and stuff they did in Dubai, how they build Dubai. You got stuff made out of gold over there. I mean, they got money to pay everybody.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
See what they offered Tiger Woods?
Yeah, I saw that. Tiger's like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, Tiger must got. I mean, I know Tiger net worth got to be $1 billion because for you to turn down $700 million plus, that means you got money.
With a couple S's.
That means you got money. That
means you got money. Bread. He got money. I mean, here's the thing, man. I mean, it's funny because
I don't care how much money I got. I ain't turning down $700 plus though.
I could turn out that if I got that kind of money. Because do you want to play for Saudi Arabia who has all these human rights violations?
Man. So American money is given to from all sources that are morally right.
Well, yeah, that's I can go on a roll about that.
So that's my point. So they want to harp on the fact that it's Saudi backed and all the.
Hey, you're right, Matt. You're right.
and they want to talk about all the human rights violations, about how the Saudis treat people and all that. So America's been so great to humans over here.
I can point to 2 of them. Yeah, haven't been great too.
Yeah, use a nigga as a nigga. I could think of numerous times that America ain't been great to us.
I've been thinking numerous times and called that.
So my point is they're going to take the media and hype it up like, oh, Saudi money is bad. They're bad people. so America's been so great since 1776.
Come on, Lamar, but look at all the stuff they done.
Come on, bro. Nah, I ain't even trying to hear that conversation.
Come on, man.
Bro.
You cannot play for Saudi Arabia and all the stuff they done.
Okay. All right. Yeah. To me, Saudi, if Saudi money is so damn dirty, then goddamn it, American money is just as filthy. To me, it is they all in the same pocket of dirtiness.
American money comes from white folks. Saudi Arabia come from Arabs.
Okay.
Arabs.
That's fine.
You can't be in line with Arabs, man. You gotta have that white money.
Hey, look, I'm playing whatever the money's at, and right now, Liv is dropping all the dough. All right, look,
they just getting money. I'm paying, so I know.
I'm just saying, right now, the Saudi money, they dropping the dough. And
but all seriousness, though. All seriousness. Let me, for real though. I think that here's the thing, and they should have seen this coming. You know, it's the same thing I said about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a lot of people watching golf like they used to.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's some diehard golf fans gonna continue to watch the golf, but it's not. And so they came in at the right time, swoop in, offer money, and pull these people out. And so what did the PGA?
No. They not just offering money; they are offering generational wealth money, bro.
Well, boatloads, whatever you want to call it.
They drop
buku, right? Of all this money to all these players, and for the most part, who would turn that down?
I ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
They're like, where's your morals?
How much you say? Oh yeah, you had me when you had me before billions came out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I heard the B word. I like, give me the pen.
I can't sign this motherfucker fast enough.
You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna inject a lot of money into golf. They're gonna build new court. You're gonna see a whole lot of stuff just because that's when you look at this. What the Saudis do? They constantly moving and getting the best technology. Like go back to Dubai. Look at Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Look at like they got that tennis court on top of the roof that comes out of the roof, and Agassi was up there playing on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna give you some of the best stuff, the best tech stuff technology wise.
You get some of the best of the best.
You get some of the best of the best. Who want to play for that? PGA can't compete. The PGA is a dinosaur.
First of all, the PGA has they have monopolized the golf game for years, centuries.
It's a dinosaur, bro. It's a dinosaur.
It's funny.
Live is the newest thing
popping.
You know,
it's funny. It's funny you say it's a dinosaur because I've seen some of the way that the PGA is trying to combat Live is that they've came up with a new incentive payment plan, pretty much. And it's like
commission.
It's too late.
You don't got your own commission.
But like I knew the writing was on the wall once Mickelson went over, and then you saw Shambo go over, and then you saw Dustin Johnson go over, and it's not like
man. Even Barkley talking about he gonna leave and start announcing.
Barkley almost went over.
Talk about announcing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, how much you said?
It's
I know I'm illiterate as fuck, but hey, I do
it. I figure out how to read this. No.
I just get Money Mayweather teach me.
Hey, real talk. The money was look. The right was on the wall, bro. Because it's
rather be a tutor.
Because it's not like they weren't just getting any just regular golfers to go over it. They're getting like in their top 50, like half of them was like, dude.
That's like They come over and start a new baseball league, and they pulling out, all the top stars.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna be left for MLB? They did that.
Minor leaguers.
Yeah, but it's the minor league. That's it. Same thing happened with PGA, man. Because
it's the PGA's fault.
Put it this way: get Stevie Wonder to teach him how to read. Put it like this, man. If you play a sport, right? You are, if you're a competitive, most people play sport are a very competitive person. You want to play with the best people. Mm-hmm. If the best people is over and live, where you gonna go play at? I'm not gonna stay at the PGA and play high schoolers and college people. Basically, I'm gonna go where the best players at.
You're gonna be.
That's my litmus test. That's my litmus test right there. With I don't know how good am I really if I'm playing to live, because they got all the best golfers over there. So they're gonna just keep pulling people over. Bro, and don't they treat the people good, and don't they pay them people well and treat them well? They ain't going back to PGA.
And I think what, of course, what the misconception is, I think the hoopla is just because it's Saudi-backed money. It's not Saudis running it. They're not playing over in Saudi Arabia, even though I'm pretty sure they'll probably have a tournament in Dubai. But they got Greg Norman, whose name rings bells in PGA. Mm-hmm. He's pretty much the commissioner of the whole damn thing. So it's like it's pretty much like an XFL type version of PGA, and they're not afraid to put out the money. Okay. But I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this bullshit.
Oh, they play 3 rounds too? I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this bullshit about morally right of accepting money. Because I can't.
Well, but look like this from a media standpoint. What else they got to attack it? They got another way to attack it, but that.
But I'm saying that's their only attack.
Yeah,
like that attack is going to get old and dried up.
If it's Australia money back, and then what? You know what I'm saying? Then that makes it cool. Then it's still the same result. The PGA need to look at what they gonna do.
PGA got to fix themselves.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's like it don't matter who backing the money, going that route to me is stupid. Mm. Because money, you talking about that kind of money, people ain't trying to hear what you're trying to say. So the best route to go is how can we fix it to either A, try to draw them back if we can, or B, try to draw the next stars into the PGA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about that too. When the next up and coming stars live a PGA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, how much you offering over here, Live? Oh, well.
PGA, what you gonna do?
I buy my own damn green jacket.
And I think that's where PGA is messing up, is because they're sitting here resting on the history of golf that pretty much lies in PGA. There's no doubt about it. There's been no other league.
Right.
It's PGA or don't play, or go putt golf. I mean, that's pretty much your only choices. So it's like PGA can't sit there and rely on centuries of history of golf and expect that to resonate with these younger generations now. Right. They don't give a fuck about their history.
Oh no, I don't.
You know what they care about? What them dollars looking like? Them dollars and them cents.
That's it.
Oh, Liv got the dollars. It don't make no sense for me to fuck with you, PGA.
Right. How much you offer me?
Yeah.
That's like McDonald's corporate. You know what I'm saying? Flipping no burgers.
I mean, but I agree with you 100%. So some of these amateurs are going to look at it, and it's going to be a bidding war.
Yeah.
Some PGA is going to have to pony up on some bread.
They ain't gonna do it, man. They can't mess with the Saudis. They can't do that, man.
No,
that's Saudi money. Well, hold on. What they say? They got Arab money, nigga.
We're getting that rap money. Oh, getting that rap money.
Or like the people they pronounce it wrong. Arab money.
Hey, shit. We'll have Busta Rhymes do the performance shit.
No, dude, me and there care where the money is coming from. For most of the money here in the States. Yeah, you're right. Cocaine residue on it. Strippers, ass cracks. Shoot, a lot of money coming from funding wars anyway. So that Contra, now go down the line, Guatemala, Panama.
It's look. It's so
Africa.
funny. It's so funny that the government say don't fuck with China, but all our products come from China. So,
You know what I'm saying? All of them.
But whatever. But we want our golfers to morally think financially right and don't go to live. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Hey, do you?
So you can miss me with that bullshit you spitting with your punk ass.
And on that note, we go end the show like that. So miss me with that bullshit talking about the moral high grounds and where you should get the money to take care of you and your family. Right. Fuck all that. Anyway, hey man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We again, we want to show appreciation to Chris Gucci from Chop Sports hopping on as we finish our NFC North preview. Y'all go give the boys, him and Dave Sturch, some love over at Chop Sports. Hey, episode 174 is in the book.
In the books.
Who I gotta look up division who we got coming up on Monday we start. No, we got a couple of divisions left. I mean, I know training camp starting for a lot of teams and shit like that. All right. Matter of fact, AFC North. So we're gonna talk about some Bengals, some Steelers, Browns, and Ravens next week.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
so that's gonna be a very tough division.
What happened with Deshaun?
Yeah, no, for real. So we'll be heading up the AFC North next week. So hey, tune in next week, Monday and Thursday, as we break down the whole AFC North preview. Hey, y'all know what it is. Tune in tonight. We'll be doing an ILW Sports Late Night Owl edition. But other than that, hey, peace
and the game come on today.
Yes, hey, yeah, we got Raiders in Jacksonville. So Hall of Fame game.
Shit, but
yeah, ain't nobody watching Hall of Fame game. I mean, it's gonna be pointless. But
I might watch the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch a little bit of it. I mean, it's football.
Where's it come on? Network, NFL Network. Where's it coming on?
It'll probably be on the network. Let me see real quick. Yeah, Matt, come on. You're supposed to be fact checking, bro.
I gotta see if I got that channel. I'm gonna find out.
No, it'll be on NBC. So
I don't have NBC. I had to bootleg it.
No, if you got the Peacock app, the Peacock app is free.
Oh, well, then I'll be watching it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. We will see y'all next week. Have a good one.